Okay. In 8 minutes, I'll check on the bread. But yeah, I was all when I wiped my face off. Wait a minute.
She's hungry.
That's me. That's so damn good. That bread, there's all kinds of buttery garlicness on the top.
Buttery garlicness.
Choo-choo.
Oh. Baby, don't put it all over your baby. Come on, your baby's not really eating that stuff.
So, what's today?
This day?
Wednesday?
The 23rd.
23rd? 23rd, so it's Christmas Eve. 2 days before Christmas. That's exciting. Are you excited about Christmas this year, Jeremiah?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Christmas every year.
That's right, that's right. So,
It's a little more challenging.
it's a little more challenging. It's a little more challenging.
And why is that again?
I mean, that's one thing that I do know about you is that when life gives you a shit ton of lemons all at once and then throwing a few of them at you every now and then when you're not looking, can get somebody pretty down. But I know that nothing can actually take the Christmas spirit away from you.
I'll be an old man by then.
So your voice, you've acted in a couple of my films, The Widower and Trust,
Here, you want to go in the living room?
and your voice wasn't like that in my films. Actually, I haven't heard this new voice. What happened to your voice?
Been a lot of frustration and yelling recently.
Yeah.
There was
So
a flood in the house a couple nights ago.
that was on your birthday.
Actually on my birthday.
That was on your birthday. That was what the day was that? I'm sorry, the
2
21st?
a.m. on the 19th.
2 a.m. on the 19th. On the 19th. Okay. I don't know days. It's your birthday.
We're on the 23rd, 4 days ago.
Four?
Because the
It's actually 5. Because it was Saturday morning. Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
No,
Tuesday, and today is Wednesday. So that's 5 days.
Almost.
So the last time that you were able to use the water was actually Friday.
So the water's okay.
Well, the water's okay, but you can't use
It
it.
was a supply line that broke, and now the drain's backed up.
Well, why?
That's not new. The drain backs up once a month already.
Well, the
landlord has to.
the supply line.
Snaked, or we have to snake it.
Well, why would I mean, you live here. I mean, you broke it, right? Isn't that how it works? No? No. It was old.
In plastic.
Old and plastic, okay. And you've been here how long?
4 months.
4 months, okay. All right.
Okay, Mark.
4 months. So there was a plumber out here just the other day, wasn't there? He was here for a few hours. He fixed it, right?
It's all right.
Oh, he didn't fix it? So you still can't use your water? Except for the washing machine. You could use the washing machine, right?
Yeah.
Check that.
Can't use the toilet.
Smells good.
I technically still have 3 minutes.
Or can you? I don't want to ask leading questions.
So, like I was saying, the supply line on the toilet broke. We fixed that. Not a huge deal, other than 80 gallons of water, probably more, of water all over the floor while we're sleeping.
80 gallons of water. How'd you get that water out of here?
Had to vacuum it up.
We vacuum with the shop vac. So you had a shop vac here. What if you didn't have a shop vac here? What if you didn't have a shop
Towels
vac?
and mopping.
Towels and mopping. 80 gallons of water. Towels and mopping. That's pretty much every piece of material that you have in here to sop up 80 gallons of water.
And like I was saying, the drains are already jacked.
You'd have to,
so-
wouldn't you have to use like your blankets? Everybody's.
It's a lot of water.
Or am I wrong? I could be wrong.
No, we'd be sweeping and salting
80
up
gallons
water
seems like a
for
lot.
a day.
It seems like a lot. All right, and that.
It was a lot, and thank goodness we had a shop back to suck it up. The scary part was the 220 plug behind the washing machine.
Yeah, 220 behind the washing machine. Well, was there a waterproof casing on that 220?
No,
No.
that's why it's scary.
Oh, so what would have happened if I'm not an electrician, although I understand electricity, but I'm not an electrician. That's dangerous, right?
Oh yeah.
What happens if water would have gotten and hit that?
Water's a good conductor.
It is a good conductor. You know what? I remember that from second grade.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. It's coming back to me. Second grade.
Either flipped a switch at the very least because it tripped the breaker on the 220,
Yeah.
or maybe shocked someone pretty bad.
Yeah.
Could have electrified the whole house worth of flooded water.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows exactly? But
Smells amazing.
pretty scary.
Pretty scary.
So then now the drain's jacked, which happens once a month, but not like this.
Now where do you have to go to the bathroom?
You've lived in worse conditions, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean,
Lived in some shit.
so I mean,
Some shitty places.
so I mean, this is not like anything that you can't handle.
It doesn't hurt me necessarily. It's frustrating.
It's frustrating, but it's nothing.
really
You can
frustrating.
handle it, right? I mean,
Totally.
but do you deserve this?
It's really frustrating when
Yeah.
you can't fix it.
Yeah.
You can't get the owner to fix it.
Yeah.
Your family has to go without showers and dishes and shitting for Christmas. You know, and
For
then,
Christmas,
and then
yeah.
not only that, but the owner blames you and gives you a 3-day notice to be out on Christmas.
Blames you for what?
Pipes breaking.
For the pipes breaking
And
because
not notifying him soon enough so that the place didn't flood.
what time? What
Calling him
time?
at 2
What?
o'clock in the morning as
Okay.
it was flooding and as we were vacuuming it up wasn't soon enough.
So wait. What time did this? What time, at least approximately, did the flooding start?
I don't know. I went to bed probably around midnight. My daughter was supposed to be in bed around 1. She came home and the house was flooded.
What?
So, and
God.
probably running for at least an hour. It was 1 o'clock. She went and got Uncle where she just came from, and he shut off the water. Probably possibly sprayed for an hour, or who knows, something close to that.
Okay.
And so about 1:30
Okay.
to about 4 a.m., we were soaking up 80 gallons of water off the floor.
All right. So, yeah, just around the house, I had heard around two. So for about a few hours, and that was your birthday and your brother's birthday, and
Wonderful birthday. I woke up yelling.
Yeah.
That's why my voice is messed up.
yes, yes.
I don't yell often. to be mad.
I don't hear you.
Oh, I
I've
like to
known
be
you for a few years. I know one thing about you. I know that you're one of the. You know what? You remind me of my father because my father was. He was like you, and that's why I admire you. He was very talented
I can suck on it later after.
carpenter. He was a foreman on any job that he ever had, but he built houses on his own with his own crew. Kind of like how I make films with my crew. I'm doing the same thing that my father did, but just with a film crew. He did it with men. I do it with men that are actors.
Thank you.
But I've always known you to be extremely honest. I've known you to go above and beyond for people. I've always looked at you like godly without God, like without the need for God in your life to do good.
Thank you.
You're just, for whatever reason, whatever experiences you've
You
been
just kinda
through,
choose, what you feel is right. Most people can
would.
figure out right from wrong. It's not that hard. I just choose.
I asked you the other day, just see if you remember what we were talking about. I asked, what would you do if the roles were reversed and you rented this home to anybody, a family like yours, and the tenant called and said, hey, the pipes are busted. Fix this.
Pretty sure I'd jump out of bed and grab my shop vac and help him soak up some water.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my structure that's being flooded.
Well, that's not what you told me, man. Although I know you would do that, but you mentioned that you wouldn't have rented this place.
There was some possibly
I mean, that's the first thing you said to me was
there are some possibly unavoidable
yeah
catastrophes.
that you wouldn't have rented it in the
goes,
first place.
As far as the flooding goes, it may have been unforeseen. However, the plumbing here is substandard, to say the least. So, I wouldn't have put someone in that position in the first place.
Yes.
However, had something unforeseeable happened and my property was flooding, I'm pretty sure I would have jumped out of bed and come to see what was going on, how much was damaged, help them suck it up, and show some sort of concern.
Okay. You moved here. You knew that it needed. You knew it wasn't perfect. It's not $1 million house. You knew it's not perfect. And you know, like if you buy a used car, something's going to happen, and it might be your responsibility. How is this any different than that?
The biggest part is it's not mine and it's not my responsibility. And as far as the choice to
Why is that? Why is it not your responsibility?
It's not mine. It belongs to someone else, and
It's not your property. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I
landlord's
forgot.
responsibility to maintain
I didn't really
certain
forget.
things, plumbing, electrical,
Yeah.
certain things. It's the landlord's responsibility to maintain certain things.
Absolutely.
Now it's my responsibility to call him and say, hey, the place is flooding, which I did. But it's the landlord's responsibility to maintain certain things. So it's a little different from a car in that manner. It's also a little different because I knew the situation, some of the situations in the house, but there was intention to fix those problems. There was agreement to repair some of the issues that were known about. And there's also been other issues come up since then that were requested to be fixed, but none of that ever happened.
Like what?
There's a lot of electrical issues. There's many fixtures around here that are wired with speaker wire inside the walls, electrical tape,
Wire to speaker wire.
junctions not in junction boxes.
Yeah.
That's all against code. When you wire the house, you have to use a certain gauge wire. It has to be a solid copper wire. All the connections have to be in junction boxes. It can't just be electrical tape. It has to have a mechanical fastener to fasten the two wires together, like a wire nut or a push connector or something of the sort.
Is this a subject that you have experience with?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so before you start talking about the things that need, well,
I run a handyman business.
well, remember I'm going to make a movie,
So
and it's like I said, I was inspired to make a movie, but if I started filming now, it'd be a documentary.
yeah.
Because this is as we are. Now, before all this happened, would you have ever eaten out of this? No, I'm just kidding.
Part of the struggle,
Of course, we eat like that every day.
Yeah, the dishes, paper.
I mean, yeah. And that's the other thing. That's another thing I was thinking. I was like, you know, you're surviving, everything's fine when it comes to your health, or is it? Is it healthy here? Is there any mold? We're joking. Is there mold?
I mean, the place flooded. That's another possible cause or lead to mold. There's spots in the ceiling,
In the
showers. There's,
what was that? Was a carpet before, right?
there was carpet. It had to be torn out.
Had to be torn out. Why?
It's disgusting.
It smelled like mildew.
Full of mildew and mold
Yeah.
smell and animal.
And that was they pulled it out when? How before you moved in? How far before you
We
moved
pulled
in?
it out.
I pulled it.
Oh, you pulled it out. Oh,
Pulled it out before I moved in for my stuff.
The landlord said he had it cleaned. I came in here and it reeked. I couldn't have my toddler on it. So
what's the address here?
I pulled it out. 4631 Sun Valley Drive. Albuquerque, New Mexico. 87105. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. He had all these intentions. He was going to put new flooring. He was going to fix the showers. He was going to, and then I found electrical problems and plumbing problems, and I asked him to repair those, and I never got any of that. And it's just been just a shithole. And so I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm hoping that I can get an inspector in here so that they can force him to remediate a lot of these issues and not rent it out to someone else, not take advantage of anyone else.
Yeah.
The other family doesn't have to go through this.
So with speaker wire running electricity in here,
There's an extension cord running the swamp cooler.
an extension cord running
The
this whole
exhaust
cooler.
vent where the furnace used to be.
Is that bad? I don't. I mean, it sounds bad because
Certainly
you
not up
mentioned
to
it.
code.
Okay.
It's certainly not
Okay.
up to code. It's not supposed to be extension cord. See,
Okay.
speaker wire and extension cord is a braided wire. It's a real.
Oh, you mean in lieu of an actual like.
Hardcore.
Oh, okay, and is that 110 or 220?
Yeah.
110.
Okay.
110. Yeah, it's not up to code to run an extension cord.
So that's what that orange
The
extension cord.
exhaust in the closet there.
What in the
Swamp
closet? In the
cooler is
closet? In here? I want to see. I want to see. Okay, no, I just thought that was like one of those dumbwaiters. When you like a closet, you go in and you pull it, and then like an elevator. I thought that was for an
It should be nice to
elevator.
have an elevator, even a bell tower.
So
Even a bell tower.
what's this thing?
That's the old exhaust duct for the old. This was where the furnace was.
So
It's in
that's
the attic now.
where it would normally go through.
Yep.
The electricity would normally go through there.
No.
Oh.
It's supposed to be inside of a wall, inside of conduit.
Oh.
And ran with Romex.
Okay.
I mean, look over here. You can see the speaker wire that they're running stuff with. Connections outside
Speaker
of
wire.
junction boxes.
That's not speaker wire. That's lamp wire.
Lamp wire.
That's lamp wire.
Either way, it's not a solid copper wire.
Yeah.
And down here, more junctions outside of boxes. Going over to the light there.
What's that?
More lamp wire.
Lamp wire.
Here's the 220 plug back here. It's crazy. Crazy. Lamp wire.
Would that technically be out of code?
Oh yeah, there should be a junction box back here, which I'm
Okay.
sure there's not.
So it should go directly
You
in.
can see texture through the
It should go
screws.
directly in there.
And this should be coming from inside the wall. Not,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be lamp wire either.
Another. We're gonna go some wiring.
Oh, God,
We're all
man.
there.
It's been closed for a few days, so it kind of smells in here. I'm sure a lot of places would, so I'm not gonna assume. So what happened? It just
More lamp wire.
oh
Outside of the wall, outside of junction boxes.
dang.
Running an electrical box out here.
It's not.
Holy cow. I mean, well,
It's like an old light fixture, but it's obviously not wired right. That's been like that since we moved in too.
is that a problem?
Only if you touch it.
Which people wouldn't, so it's really more of an eyesore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, what I would say is just cover up all these eyesores and just rent away. Right? Because can't you just do that? Can't you
Yeah,
just...
so the place burns down and
Yeah.
floods again.
So,
And look at the bathtub.
okay. So, I asked about
Can't even
this.
take a bath in there.
I asked about this, and honestly, you don't want to know what I thought.
Look at the
but-
plumbing. What kind of Mickey Mouse bullshit fucking plumbing is
But
that?
just after learning who we were dealing with, I honestly, I thought this was like drug residue, but I don't know anything. Turns out, people tell me it's more likely just corrosion. So.
Yeah, it's corrosion from a bad pump system. He's got a well on this place with no filter. And in fact, the well's broken right now, and he's stealing water from the city.
Is that dangerous? I mean, we're not doctors. You're not a doctor, but
I don't think it's dangerous. I go
No.
camping. There's a little grit in my sandwich sometimes, but it's gross.
Yeah,
Who
it's
wants
gross.
to shower in that? Who wants to shower in that?
Would you have been willing to do any kind of repairs in lieu of living
Oh yeah,
here?
I run a handyman service, and I asked Gabe if he wanted to trade some rent for.
What's the name of the handyman service?
Jeremiah's Handyman Services.
Just throwing in a plug.
So many Gorham companies.
Yeah.
But
So you know, and you would never. Yeah. So I know.
I was totally gonna repair some of this stuff, and I wouldn't even have a problem living here. I moved.
And this is
out.
just really just. I mean, this just a reminder. If we didn't have this here, I would have forgotten.
Yeah.
I would have forgotten.
Can't shit.
And
Can't shit or piss. Go outside.
go outside.
Go outside.
So I mean, and that's all stuff that you can adjust to.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to.
I was just gonna say that I wouldn't have a problem with any of this. We could get through it. We could get through it at least, Gabe and myself. But
So
Gabe's not willing.
I see that the water is fine for the washing machine.
Yeah, so the drain on the washing machine is attached further out than where the drain is blocked or collapsed for the rest of the house. The washing machine was added later on, the washing machine drain, and so it's attached further out in a clean out where it's not blocked or collapsed. The part of it that's blocked or collapsed is an iron pipe underneath the foundation there, and it's old and rusty and collapsed, I'm sure. But look, here's that 220. That's not up to code.
Okay.
See the dryer? The dryer's in there.
Was the dryer always in there?
No, he had a stacked unit when we got here, but it was eating our clothes, so we
Oh.
had to.
The dryer was eating your clothes.
The washer.
So when you moved in, there was a dryer here, and that dryer started eating your clothes.
There was holes in our clothes, yes. So
Why?
we took the pipe from our closet, the lint pipe, and ran it through our bedroom to the dryer, and we took the plug from over there because it's loose anyways, and ran it to our bedroom and put in our own dryer.
And
our nice washer.
I'm still curious about this clothes heating dryer. I mean, you can't just say clothes heating dryer and just move on.
They were full of holes when you got them back.
But why?
Like literally chewing on them like a moth or something.
But why? How? How does it?
I think it was the dryer. I think it was the washer, but I think it was getting caught between the drum and the side or
Okay.
agitator or something, and it was just causing holes in
No,
it.
it was
No.
the dryer, for example, like you reach in there to get something out, and you would have to lift up on the drum to pull out the clothes in order for you to be able to
Okay, so
get
it
your
was
clothes out of there.
the
It was
dryer
the
dryer.
No,
Okay.
I happen to know it was a dryer
Yeah.
too because I saw because
like gets stuck
yeah.
in there between the drum and the side.
yeah.
And
He's not doing the laundry as much. We are.
No, yeah.
We are. So yeah. I saw where it gets kinked.
Yeah.
So in addition to the drain that was hooked up beyond the other drain and the lint trap, the plumbing he did when he hooked up this washer dryer setup is just some 1/2-inch PVC, dropped down from the attic, ran across the attic over here behind the refrigerator. Dropped down back there behind the refrigerator.
Holy cow!
And then ducks in over here to
That's where-
underneath the kitchen sink.
It's interesting. That's some rigging. That sounds like.
And that's how they got water across the house to the wash machine. Hooked up in there.
Can't really see.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Get light.
Grab a
Oh,
light.
look at those dishes. Is it always like this?
No,
Is it sometimes like this?
sometimes, but
Even when everything works? Is it sometimes like this?
sometimes. But
Would
not
it
always.
be like this right now?
Certainly can't do dishes right now, though.
Would it be like this right now?
We couldn't if we wanted to.
That's
I'll
true.
say that.
Okay.
We couldn't if we wanted to.
All right. So
It's Christmas, so I don't imagine it'd be this way. But in my, it's Christmas.
I'll tell you in my experience. Usually it's not like this. It happens. It happens. But
After a big meal.
but the only reason why you're eating out of paper plates
Because I can't do
is because and you can't. I mean, no, you say you can't do dishes. Come on now. Look at that.
It'll fill up.
Look at that.
Don't run that. It's going in my shower.
It doesn't do too bad. It doesn't fill up.
Wait. What? I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And you're eating out of paper plates, which is no big deal. I mean, you do that sometimes when you just don't want to do dishes, right?
Sure.
I mean, no. I mean, I've done that.
Yeah.
Sure, it's like, hey, I don't feel like doing dishes tonight. Let's use the paper plates.
Again, we couldn't if
Come
we
on.
wanted to, though.
So you can't do dishes. You have to eat like that, which is no big deal. I mean, it's no big deal to eat off paper plates, but you have to eat off paper plates because you can't do the dishes.
Because the water drains to my shower.
If I run that water, just for
So this water,
maybe 2.5, 3 minutes, you'll see it start filling up the bottom of the sink there, and that means it's going to my shower.
Yeah, look, I'll show you.
okay.
Oh yeah, go check out that shower. That's a fun one.
How much does he pay you to live here?
Oh, I was paying him.
Oh, I forgot. That's right. You're a renter. You're just a
Sorry,
renter.
the house is a mess.
Well,
Had to
is that because of the water?
everything a couple days ago when it flooded.
Okay. Holy crap.
So
Holy
this is
crap,
the
man.
lowest drain in the house.
my God.
Water drains through gravity, and this is the lowest drain in the house. So
Water drains
everything,
through gravity.
everything that gets ran through the drains comes up in here because it can't get any further through the drain. I've been trying to snake it. You can see my snake there. There's no snake in it.
It's your snake.
You're stepping in it.
Oh, God.
It's gross.
It's gross, man. It's gross, man. It's gross. Okay, it just turned into the Blair Witch Project. Oh my God. Can we burn my shoes?
No.
I stepped in them, I burnt my shoes. Oh no, they're burning through. I'm just kidding. I'm exaggerating.
Step on that.
I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I got a couple more things to show you if you want to see them.
Oh yeah, no, this is...
Before we're done
That can be
here.
a fun little adventure.
And you're saying this is not your fault.
No. No, in fact, when I moved in, the landlord, Gabriel Baca, said that he has to have the drain snaked every couple months because they're not in that good a condition. There's obviously a pre-existing condition. They're old metal pipes that are rusted, and that happens. But you have to replace them,
Yeah.
So he obviously knew about it, and now it's time. There's no choice. Nothing else you can do about it. We're talking about dangerous electricity. This is the attic access.
Oh God, I bet it's cold up there.
No, it's actually warm.
Oh good, thank God.
Yeah, because the furnace just blows wherever. I'm pretty sure this wire right here is alive. This bundle of
Okay.
wires right here.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I just start over. That's cool. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened, but
So
right back.
I have a tester around here. We tested this the other day and it's alive.
It's alive.
It's alive. So should probably put some wire nuts on it.
Yeah, I mean, now that you've seen it, I already know you. You're like,
I just tossed it back up there the other day. Hang on.
yeah.
Oh, I actually have some right here.
Right?
Yeah, I know you'll at least come back.
Did you see the other bundle of wires right there?
Yeah. Come around over this way where Margot is. Oh, look at that bundle. That's absolutely out of code.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what if is that maybe just the DirecTV satellite system you have?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, do you have satellite?
That's all
No.
electrical wires. These are Romex wires. That's what should be running the place, not
Romex, I remember.
lamp cables.
I remember.
Some weird aluminum Caflex something. I don't know, I've never seen that. But it should all be wire nutted, not electrical taped. And it should be Romex, not lamp cable, lamp wire. And it should be in a junction box, not just dangling right by the attic access like that where any dumbass can fucking grab it and electrocute themselves.
This is a really nice angle. Do a photo shoot like this.
Alright, that's wire nutted now. A little less dangerous. That's still dangerous. Pretty wild.
So now it's dangerous how?
I mean, when you go to get up in here, stick your kid's bicycle up there because it's Christmas time.
Okay.
You grab that sucker and that tape comes off and you touch a couple
Okay.
wires and you're just dangling here when the old lady gets home. That's how.
Okay. All right.
It's,
I got you. I mean, I see it up there all, but I forgot. I mean, I don't put things up because I've never had an attic.
and that
I have, but it's been so long.
I mean, if it's
Okay.
running anything of any significance, it could get real hot and just catch the place on fire in general without touching it. So,
I mean, sometimes you could say, if there's a fire up here, and that's dangerous, and we kind of know why.
yeah.
But when it's something like that, we may not know why. So I may ask, why is that dangerous?
Yeah,
So that's all. I just.
absolutely. It's just it's not safe. It's not. There's a reason there's a code, and that's out of code. It's not safe.
So you got a Christmas tree up.
We have a Christmas tree.
That's cool. That's cool. Do you fear having it plugged into anything? Not just that, but anything in here?
I don't know what to fear. Nothing caught fire yet.
Yeah.
Not a lot scares me. I run a handyman business, but any other dumbass, like I said, any dumbass could reach up there and grab it
Yeah.
and electrocute themselves.
Okay, let's go to the room.
So 2:00 in the morning, give or take, Saturday morning on the 19th, December 2020. The house is flooding, and you call the landlord, and you screaming. Were you leaving a message, or did he answer the phone?
I left a couple messages before I finally got him to wake up. But when he woke up, he kind of asked me, well, what do you want me to do about it? That's when I started screaming.
Really? What do you want me to do about it?
And I told him just what I told you I would probably do. I said, I would get my shop vac and get up and get over here and help vacuum some water.
You called the landlord to tell him that the house was flooding, and he said,
What do you want me to do about it?
okay, wait. Take 3. What did he say? No, I'm just kidding. That's incredible. I can't believe that he said that. Wow.
Check this out.
That one what?
Our back porch. I don't know how well you can see, but the roof's falling in. There's a big
Yeah.
hole there. You can see stars. And the moon, as a matter of fact. And there's the moon up there.
I can't. Oh,
there.
Oh my goodness. Oops.
Oops.
I moved it, but the moon, that was the moon.
Another hole here where the roof's falling in.
Okay, that one I can see with the light there.
Yeah.
Can't see the moon from this one though.
Those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Those are the bigger holes. So that's kind of dangerous. It hasn't fallen yet,
So
but I wouldn't walk on it.
So now you called him. I mean, do you think as to the time it took from it started flooding to the time you contacted the landlord, you think that was a reasonable amount of time, or?
Absolutely. I called him as soon as I woke up and got mad.
Well, how long was that? You normally take about, since I've known you, 3 years to get mad. I've never seen you mad before. I've never seen you mad. I've seen you upset here and there at things that go, on the work side, things don't go the way they're supposed to, and that's upsetting, and I've seen you upset. I've never seen you mad.
There's been some extraordinary things that Gabe has done that have pissed me off. He's put my family in jeopardy a few times. When the place flooded and that 220 plug was over there just about submerged in water, it scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And you kind of get mad. I try not to, and I don't like to, but it pissed me off. And that was after, he was my mechanic for a little while, and he put tires on my truck. And they were 16-year-old tires, and one blew going down the highway.
What highway?
Highway 550 in New Mexico. And 70 miles an hour, my family's in the vehicle, and thank goodness nobody died. Blew a tire, just boom, out of nowhere, because when they're over 10 years old, the layers of the tires start to separate, and they'll bubble, and that'll create problems, and it'll just blow out of nowhere. And so I took it back to him, and I calmly told him the problem. And he said he'd get it fixed, and he took it to his mechanic, or his tire guy, and he brought me back another 15-year-old tire. So I asked him to get it fixed again.
Another 15-year-old tire.
Frustrated this time.
Are they? Do they not make those kind of tires anymore?
15 years old is not a safe tire.
They're just not safe.
They don't even
But I mean,
10-year-old.
so it sounds like if he's getting all these old tires, are they scarce?
Okay,
Are they?
so time number 4, I went to his tire guy and expressed to him my built-up frustration at this point. Who was able to make it right?
What size tires?
16s.
16s, and what kind
They
of a
are kind of
truck?
hard to get.
What kind of truck?
Chevy.
Chevy.
2000.
2000.
2001 Chevy. They are kind of hard to get. They're in high demand.
Okay. Does that, being that they're in high demand, does that make it right to sell?
They're not impossible to get. They're not impossible to get. Maybe it's hard to get new, used. Maybe it's hard to get cheap, but I was willing to pay the price. I wanted tires.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to pay the price, we were trading work,
Yeah.
but I was willing to pay the price.
Okay.
So if you're willing to pay the price, you can get the tires. It was a matter of negligence. It was a negligent mistake. At first I thought a silly mistake of a mechanic, but nonetheless a mistake. And then the second time I thought, well, I told him what the problem was. How can we run it back another 15-year-old tire? I'm getting real frustrated here. And by the 4th time I had to go to the tire guy myself and express to him how little pride he must have for his profession and his business to be able to put 15-year-old tires on a truck when most tire shops won't put older than 10 and manufacturers recommend you don't put older than 6-year-old tires. And that guy finally understood and made it right.
Yeah. So
it was a built-up frustration. By the time I yelled at Gabe the other morning, it was a built-up frustration. Not only was my house flooded and about to hit the 220 plug, he's jeopardized my family many times.
You mentioned that you got a 3-day eviction.
Did you?
Huh?
Did you?
Did I?
Did.
No,
I did.
I heard you got a 3-day eviction.
Oh, you heard
It
it?
has been mentioned.
Yeah,
I don't know what you think I said.
But you said you mentioned. Yes.
You mentioned.
I mentioned.
You mentioned.
3-day
You told me you got
Yeah.
a 3-day eviction.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
So eviction, 3-day eviction. What was in 3 days?
Like,
What day is what day
I was
was?
supposed to be out on Christmas.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's supposed to be
Okay, I
out.
know you're tired. I know you're tired. So you got a 3-day eviction notice to be out on Christmas Day.
Yeah, because supposedly I didn't let him know in a timely manner that the pipe had busted and the house had flooded.
And that was what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes with him being awake, maybe an hour of the pipe blowing everywhere while I was
From the
asleep.
time that you were aware of what was happening.
As soon as I knew.
So it was probably less than 5 minutes.
So we got a 3-day eviction notice for extreme violation of lease agreement or something like that.
Extreme violation of lease agreement.
Because we did over $1,000 worth of damage to his property through negligence, not letting him know that the pipe burst and letting the house flood. Like I had any control.
Okay, so before you moved in, this was all wet and mildewy and whatnot. And so it's obviously had some kind of issues before.
Obviously a pre-existing issue.
Yes.
Issues older than me
Yes.
in this establishment.
So it's, what do you think the likelihood that this has occurred before?
Oh, I'm
This
sure it
flooding.
has. I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
Probably with feces and
Yes.
sewage. Thankfully that wasn't us this time. It's only happened a little bit before.
As your experience as a handyman, do you think that maybe that's why this was wet before you moved in and why you had to pull it out? Or could it have been something else?
It's highly possible. He said he was going to have it cleaned. I assumed it was because the carpet had been cleaned and then they shut all the windows and left it closed and didn't let it dry. So I assume it was wet because they had it cleaned. However, it was still disgusting.
Yeah.
There was no cleaning that carpet.
Yeah. And outside there's a bunch of garage door parts all stacked up. How much do you think those weigh?
They're heavy. I moved them.
Yeah, well, you're a pretty good judge of weight. How much do you think they weigh?
Probably 100 pounds a piece. There's probably 8 of them.
8 of them?
4 of them.
4 of them? So,
Double.
and those are just stacked outside by the fence, right?
Oh yeah, on top of the water meter where he's stealing water.
The water meter where...
Like I mentioned earlier, he's got a poor pump system and a well on this thing, and he's currently stealing water from the city. So he's got the water meter covered with garage doors.
Oh my goodness.
So the city can't...
I didn't know. I was wondering about, like, I didn't know that it was, I thought they would come to check the water level or something, and that's what that was. He was preventing them from checking the level. Or that's what it is, because...
It's a meter, yeah.
Oh.
They can't shut it off, they can't check it, they can't do anything with it.
And
I mean, look, he owes $14,000 to the Water Utility Authority.
That's $1,400, sir.
Oh, $1,400.
Yeah.
Still very
$1,400.
No, it is. Don't get me wrong. It is,
$1,400
but
to the Water Utility Authority.
you're tired.
Again, it was only $1,400.
Are you normally this tired?
No,
No.
it's been a long few days.
Yes, it has been.
Stressful. Few days.
Well, I mean, you say he's stealing water,
the garage
but
doors off of his chintzy ass carpet.
if he's stealing water, how could he have a water bill?
Send it to
I don't
the
understand it. I don't even understand it myself. They actually don't have a meter on. That's why I moved the garage doors, was to look at it. There's no meter. It's just a pipe that pipes it in. So I don't even know if they know he's taking water. Yeah, I think this number's been the same since we moved in. We've gotten 3 of these bills, and I don't think this number's changed any.
Oh, okay, so it could have been that, and then he started.
So I don't understand how they're not busting him, but somehow he's got it piped straight through. They don't have a meter. They're not clocking his water usage. And he's just kind of got him fooled, thinking he has a pump and a well. But he owes them money. That's why we have to haul our own trash.
No, I know it doesn't say how many months worth. Is it possible that's 1 month's worth of water?
No.
2 months worth? 3?
No.
I mean, how much is an average water bill?
I mean, they're only going up $20 a month here. There's no
$20 a month.
No water usage whatsoever on this. Like I say, they don't have a meter on it. So the only The only thing he's getting charged for is their franchise fees and their base charge, because they do have him hooked up to their network, I guess. I don't understand it all.
So the Water Authority. You know, and he's trying to get $1,000 out of you, right?
It's October's bill.
$20 a month.
Yeah.
$20 a month.
20 bucks a month.
20 bucks.
Still $14.55.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one's $14.77. So yeah, $20 a month for their fees and their franchise and their whatever, you know, for printing
But
the bill and sending it.
If it's only 20 bucks a month that they're feeing him, that's a lot of months.
Yeah. Well, it's probably
So as
outstanding bill before.
so as a landlord, you could potentially be saying that I'm stealing water from the city and charging you for it with rent.
He could.
I mean,
Said that to us, but
well, no, you don't say that to people. You wouldn't say that
Even
to
then, though.
he's
But-
actually really charging us a pretty decent price here.
a pretty decent price
$8.50 a month is pretty decent for the size property and house.
for the size property and house. Granted,
That was fine.
granted, for the size property and house, 'Cause-
Despite all the issues,
despite all the issues. So it's
it's worth more than that. It
okay,
has the potential to be worth more than that.
okay.
Right now, you asked if how much he was paying me, and I feel like he should be paying me. But I'd be repairing the place too.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, exactly. He should be paying you. That's what I've always said
It
since
has the
day
potential
one.
to be worth more
He
than
should be
that.
paying you to live here so that you, somebody with pride and work ethic, could do a job, and it would be so beneficial to him in the long run.
Absolutely. And we'd still have a nice place.
Yes, yes,
Well, tell you what, we're moving to a much nicer place.
yeah. You're moving to another nicer
We're moving out of
place.
here, that's for sure.
So, and you're planning that before all this happened.
I wasn't rushing it before all this happened. I've been looking for a place up in the mountains,
But you're.
this.
Do you feel rushed now?
This certainly expedited the efforts.
Do you feel rushed now, or do you feel like he's just trying to rush you?
I don't feel rushed. No, I feel like it's a scare tactic. The 3-day notice is a scare tactic to try
The
and
3-day notice,
try and get me out by Christmas.
was that a legal 3-day eviction notice?
According to the legal aid I got earlier today, it's not. It's a violation of lease agreement, and I believe there has to be, from what the lawyer said and the statute she sent me, it has to be a criminal act. And I think she said a felony criminal act that gets you that sort of 3-day notice. So technically it's a falsified 3-day notice. I didn't do anything criminal in not calling him before I did to let him know the place was flooded. I didn't do anything criminal, so.
Do you feel like he's taking advantage of you?
I feel like, yes. I feel like he was taking advantage of me when he worked on my vehicles and did cheap, shoddy work. I feel like he's taking advantage of me when he moved me into this house and charges me any money to live in such a place. Again, he should be repairing it. Nobody should be paying to live here. It should be being repaired. I was willing to fix it in exchange for living here, but it should not be lived in. So yes, he's taking advantage of anyone who pays to live here, including his son, who was here before me. He really has no respect for himself, his family, his customers, anyone else, the way he does business and treats people.
Well, that's too bad. And you met him how?
I met him through a film
A film
called Trust.
called Trust. Who put you in that film?
Eric.
I'm Eric.
My good friend Eric. You are Eric. Yeah,
Eric,
my good
And who put him in that film?
You did, Eric.
And who introduced you to?
You did, Eric.
And now who's suing you? Or wanting to? The guy I introduced you
Good
to.
try, yeah.
Oh man, so I feel like shit, man. I feel like shit that I mean,
There's these people
it is what it is. It
all
is
over
what
the
it
world.
is.
There's all kinds of these people all over the world, and we're gonna run into them. It's our choice how much energy we decide to waste on that type of a person.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I signed a contract that put me in a position to be here a little longer than I would like to have before I realized that's the type of person Gabe was. But I am definitely going to shorten my experiences and energy wasted on him as much as I possibly can.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, so for whatever, I mean, I was the seed that started this little film that brought all these people together, and I wanted good people, man. I just really wanted good people, and Gabe really seemed like a good person. You know, one of the things is like, I have this thing about church-going people, and I know, but that I shouldn't feel that way, but I feel that people that go to church and all that, I feel like they want to be good people. And so I thought he was one of those, but he's not, man. He doesn't care about.
Unfortunately, he has no compassion. He had no remorse when my trucks broke, when my place flooded.
Yeah.
Who do you trust?
Not Gabe.
Rebecca.
Not Gabe. So yeah, and that's the other thing that makes me mad is he was supposed to be the good one.
Supposed to be the good one.
And he was the bad one.
Hey Eric, don't beat yourself up about it. Like I said, we run into these people.
Yeah, no. I mean,
we're only going
it's
up
just
here. Nice place in Hannah. We're gonna buy it. It's gonna be ours. It's right off the river.
Hey, welcome to me.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, everything does happen for a reason, and who knows?
We are where we are because of where we've been.
Maybe we can just get better from everything, learn from everything. And what was that saying you had about decisions?
Oh, good decisions comes from experience. And experience, that shit comes from bad decisions.
All right. And on that, I want to thank you, Jeremiah and Margot and Baby Juju.
Baby Juju.
Baby Juju.
Look at Eric.
Baby Juju. Coco.
Thank you too. Much appreciated.
And that's about it. All right. Say goodbye.